and you're
I'm ready.
so I'm going to help figure out upfront if this business isn't for you. So if you prefer a fixed salary and you're totally content with your current job, if you're not open to learning new skills and expanding your mindset, if you'd rather invest in stocks, crypto, or other financial tools, and if you can't commit at least 1 to 2 hours a day to build something new. Another one is if you already have your own branded product and you just want a store, or if you're really looking for a get rich quick scheme. So if any of that actually sounds like you, then honestly, this might not be the business for you. And that's okay.
Yep. So your thoughts might be, who is this webinar really for? Now, if you are an employee who feels stuck in the current job, but are willing to commit 1 to 2 hours a day to build a more flexible income, if you are one who are ready to invest in themselves and their future and are open to learning new skills, if you are one who are in traditional business who feel trapped, maybe burdened by inventory and want a new direction, if you're someone who are working in the sales, insurance, MLM, and no longer wants to chase customer making lists, but rather let a system do the work. You are an online seller who tried to sell low ticket items, but found little to no profit, and now looking for a high margin scalable model. You are parents planning for children's university fee or their own retirement. If you know what you are doing now will not let you achieve your goals and vision, whether buying a house, traveling the world, or making a meaningful impact. If any of those points resonate with you, then we are glad you are here, because this business has already helped people just like you over the past 9 years. And by the end of today's session, you have the opportunity to take the first step toward creating a future that truly aligns with the life you want.
So with all that being said, let me introduce you to a few people whose lives have been completely transformed. So first off, Karen Nguyen. When she started her business, she didn't even have a Facebook account. She used to run her own dental lab in order to grow her business, she moved her family to a remote city far away from her parents just to be closer to potential clients. Now, Karen also handled everything herself, the production, the delivery, and the customer relationships. She even when she outsourced everything, her time was limited. So what started as a dream to build a better life and spend more time with her kids became a non-stop grind. She was barely had time for herself, let alone her family. Then, after starting this digital business, everything changed. 5 years later, she closed her dental lab, she moved back to the city, bought a luxury home, and took her entire family on a first-class trip to Europe. And now she lives near her parents again, just as she always wanted.
Yes, I love Karen because of having her own brick and mortar business. She can grab the potential of this online business almost right away, knowing her numbers. But now, let me introduce you Chris and Karen, another Karen, a couple from Canada. Chris was a firefighter and Karen was a school principal. Their dream was to build a beautiful custom lock home, and they did it. But soon after, reality hit. Retirement was approaching, their mortgage was still far from paid off, and traveling the world seems out of reach. Starting an online business like this, it sounded completely unrealistic to them. But knowing what they have been doing will give them what they have been getting, and that they are too young to be old. They jump in both feet with simple step-by-step training and a bit of time invested. They got the hang of it. Fast forward to today, they fully paid off their home and have time to cruise the world, watch their grandson's baseball game, and even hosting stunning weddings for their kids. Their story is proof that it's never too late to pivot, and the life the life, to live the life you've always dreamed, and it might be nothing like what they have envisioned of a career.
I just love seeing the way Chris and Karen travel and live the life of retirement. But what about all those stay-at-home mums or immigrants like Amy? So she was originally from Taiwan and now lives in Vancouver, Canada. In 2017, Amy and her family immigrated to Canada to start a new life, but it wasn't easy. Starting from zero in a new country was incredibly tough. Jobs were hard to come by, and the pay just didn't cover enough of their living expenses. So both parents needed to work just to get by, and that meant that the children needed to be placed in daycare. But that wasn't why they immigrated. Their dream was to spend more time with the kids, not compete with young professionals for entry-level jobs. So after trying and failing at multiple online adventures, they even got scammed, Amy finally found this system. So fast forward 3 years, and they'd saved enough for a down payment on their very first home. And today, Amy personally picks up her kids from school every afternoon, plans their activities, and never misses a single milestone. She's found the freedom that she originally came for.
That's right. None of the business partners we just shared about ever imagined that one day they could start an online business and achieve their ideal lifestyle. Whether they were teachers, nail technicians, full-time moms, working moms, immigrants, salespersons, or accountants, they all have one thing in common. They had no prior experience in online business or even in starting any business at all, but they knew they needed a smart way to change their lives. If I say that many of you here today might have tried different methods elsewhere to change your life and it hasn't worked for you yet, or that some of you have no IT or online experiences at all, will you agree? If you do, please comment yes in the chat. All right, and thank you for your response if there's any. If I say that anyone that's here because you saw a post or an advertisement that inspired you to take action to have a better life. Do you agree? Again, if you agree, you can comment yes in the chat as well. So when we share the success stories from this business, it's not about to brag about how successful we are. Rather, it's truly to show what's truly possible for everyday people like you and me online, and not let old beliefs and mindset limit the achievements you could embrace in your future.
So by now you might be thinking some very practical questions. So how does this actually work? How are people from around the world earning income just by using their phone or their computer? And that's a great question. And let's get to answering them. But let's take a quick look at a few of the most common ways that people start online in business today, and some of the pros and some of the cons of each. So the first would be a product-based business. So something like Amazon or Spotify. These are great if you love managing inventory and logistics, but there's a catch. So beyond the upfront investment, you often become your own fulfillment center, or you spend the days coordinating one. So this can eat up some of your time and lock you into a business model that doesn't give you the freedom that you might have been looking for. The second one is selling courses. This is an awesome model if you have a ton of valuable content to share, and we love this space too. But the reality is, you're the creator, you're the marketer, the customer support team, you're everything. And let's be honest, have you ever poured time and money into a course and then another course, only to finish it and wonder, oh, what now? And then just as you finish the last course, a new AI course pops up and then another, and suddenly you're in that loop of learning and learning, but never actually moving forward. So the third one I want to talk about is creating your own channel. So whether that's YouTube, podcasting, or blogs. This can be incredibly rewarding, but it can also be incredibly demanding. To do it right, Most people need a team of people. So you need editors, designers, copywriters, and even then, monetizing takes time. So you're not just making content, you're managing partnerships and sponsorships and the algorithm. It's a lot to juggle, and many everyday people, it really can become overwhelming. So yes, there are many ways to build a successful online business, but after all the trial and error, here's the real question. What was your why for starting this journey in the first place? Was it time to spend more time with your kids? Or do you want to explore the world freely? Or do you simply want to earn what you're truly worth? Because when it comes to things getting noisy or overwhelming, reconnecting with your why is what will keep you going.
I'm muted. Okay, I've tried many of those you mentioned, Nicole. I mean, starting a business is great, but at the beginning, we need to be clear about what we really want. Otherwise, it's very easy to spend all your time and money and end up with nothing but frustration and self-doubt, thinking maybe this isn't for you. Will you agree that you really don't need more new products? Most people don't need another phone or cups or mugs, but more so than ever, what people need now is passive income. Comment PI for passive income if you agree. Now, well, here is the surprise we are going to share with you. In this system, we are not here to sell products. The era of product sales is over. What we offer is a complete solution to your problems. In the past, if you have tried to start something online, selling products or putting up a course, create your branding, or even run into scams, or simply don't know where to start and nothing seems to work. Well, the truth is, whatever happened was not your fault, because we have been educated to sell products or provide service to trade time for money. But internet was built to save time, have things on automation so we can free up our time and put it towards something more valuable, like time with our family. So once we understand what's really needed on the market now, the solution becomes clear. We need a system that works for us. If this all-in-one solution suits you, later on, you have the chance to access a powerful and resourceful system that helps you solve your problems. No more spinning on your wheels alone, dealing with products, website, courses, staff, team, and payment system.
That's exactly right. And so now I'm excited to talk to you about the 4 key stages of entrepreneurship. So no matter what kind of business you're starting, whether it's online or offline, these stages are what you will go through. So 1 is product selection. Find a product or service to offer. Number 2 is a sales platform. So choosing where and how to sell it. So whether it's a website, social media, or a marketplace. Number 3 is marketing and promotion. Reaching for your audience and creating interest in what you offer. Number 4 is administration and operations. So handling the behind the scenes, so all the logistics, the payments, the customer support, and more. So every entrepreneur needs to go through these steps. But what makes a big difference is how you navigate them, and whether you've got the right support system to help you move through them with the confidence and clarity and ease. So let's dive into stage 1, the product. This is actually where a lot of people get tripped up and start when they're starting their business. There's a common belief that if you have a great product, people will come and sales will follow. But here's the truth. What you've actually been talking about is actually a sales role. And your success depends far more on the price point, the value, and the profit margin than just looking at the uniqueness or the trendiness of that product. So think about it this way. If your income goal is 6 or 7 figures, the price of the product will determine how many customers you need and how much time and inventory that you have to manage. So for example, if you're selling a low ticket item, you might need hundreds or even thousands of sales to hit your goal. And that means more inventory, more shipping, and a lot more moving parts. But if you're offering a high ticket product, you may only need a handful of committed clients to reach the same amount of income. And that's far fewer headaches. And here's the good news. With the brands that we partner with, all the logistics are handled for you. So no inventory, no shipping, no stockpiling in your garage. And this means that you're not tied down. You can literally run your business from the cafe, a co-working space, or even the beach. All you need is your laptop or a phone and Wi-Fi connection, and we have a proven high-ticket product behind it.
Absolutely. Many friends who are running business on Amazon, Shopee, or Lazada often say they envy us because we are not required to do any hard selling or huge inventory. Now, let's talk about the sales platform. Most of us choose to start an online business because we don't want to rely solely on friends and family to make sales. We want a system that consistently generates and completes sales for us, so we can use AI and technology to free up our time for what truly matters, our families, and the things we love. That's why here we help every business owner build their own sales funnel. In simple terms, you don't need to hire designer or IT experts and pay expensive development fee. You don't need to be tech savvy yourself. We help you set up your personal website, sales funnel, and backend system. Now, this may sound simple, but the truth is, many people get stuck at this stage when starting out themselves. They pour in lots of time and money only to end up with results that fall short of expectations. So once you decided that this is the business blueprint you want, you have access to a team of experienced IT professionals who will help you set up everything, so your system can handle selling process step by step for you.
So one of my favorite things about this business is even when I'm waiting for a taxi, I can quickly check my phone or see how much work, see how much work has been happening in the background, all automatically, and it still amazes me. So now once you've got a great sales platform, the next big thing is actually marketing and promotions. So here's the key difference. Sales is where you go out to find customers, and marketing is where they come to you. They're already interested and ready to buy in. That's why I love the saying, give someone a fish and they'll eat for a day, but teach them to fish and they'll eat for a whole lifetime. So inside this business, you're not left on your own. We provide a full global digital marketing training system that teaches you how to attract the right people step by step. And we get it. Most people start with limited spare time, and that's why all of our training is self-paced and designed to fit around your schedule. And even better, you're not alone. We offer ongoing mentorship and coaching, and we guide you through all the challenges and the questions and the next steps. Where many other programs offer a few weeks of support, our community is built in for the long haul. You'll often find that your mentors and your coaches become trusted partners and even great friends. The digital space evolves very, very fast, and we're constantly updating our training. And so we get new strategies and tools as it comes out, and you're always being supported.
In the past, starting a business meant you needed an entire team or different software to handle every part of your operations, whether it was logistics, customer data, or administration. For many companies, personal costs in these areas became the biggest expense. But The solution today is much simpler. All the brands we work with already have set up global logistics system, so you don't have to figure it out on your own. With just one email or message, you can get real human support to assist you directly. We also have a powerful IT system that helps every business owner set up their own customer relationship management. In short, we call it CRM platform. That's tailored for you. That means using just your phone, you'll never lose track of your valuable customer again.
So some questions that people might be asking is, what exactly are you selling? And how do you start a business here? And the third one is, how is this different to all of the others out there? And to be honest, if we were just a company looking to hire salespeople, we could simply go out, post a job on a recruitment site. But like we mentioned earlier, when we were talking about products, like if you see yourself as purely a salesperson, this might not be the right place for you. Because what we offer is not just about selling. What we offer is a business system that can work for you. So if your dream is to spend more time with your family, leverage a system to generate better income, travel freely, and then run a business in the simplest and most flexible possible way, then this is exactly what we provide. A powerful digital business system. It's a franchise model, kind of. So it's designed to help you become an online business owner, not just another salesperson. That's what makes us truly different.
Yep. Now let me ask you this. Do you want to stay as an employee, or is it time to become your own boss? Here is a key difference in mindset. Entrepreneurs focus on whether their goals can be achieved. They find ways to overcome challenges because what matters most is finish the task. Employees, which makes up about 80%, often focus on the process. Thoughts like, will this be too hard? Can I really do it? What if I fail? What if I lose money? Isn't this risky? These concerns pull them back into their comfort zone, choosing the safety of a paycheck over the pursuit of freedom. And honestly, these days, there isn't safety paychecks anymore. So why do we see so many ordinary people succeeding in this business? Because the part you're most worried about, the process, is exactly what we are here to help you with. By now, some of you might be a little bit curious. Who is the host of this webinar and why are they here sharing this business opportunity? If you are wondering, drop a me in the chat. If you are not, it's also fine because I'm still going to share. Now, the truth is, I'm someone who has personally benefited from this business. I'm not here just to present information. I'm here because I've experienced firsthand and how this system had created real change, not just financially, but also in terms of lifestyle, freedom, and personal growth. I work full-time in the oil and gas industry, a fast-paced, high-pressured environment where I was constantly on standby. The income was good, but I was always running from meeting to deadlines and then rushing home to manage the family. I didn't have paper qualifications, so getting into this role was never easy, but I was lucky. I had a good boss who gave me a chance. But just when I thought I had found the job I could retire from, everything changed. The company filed for bankruptcy after the oil price crashed. I was in my 40s with no backup plan. My husband lost his job before the pandemic. Retrenchments was everywhere, and I watched people who gave 20 years of service to the company being asked to leave. My health started to suffer from the stress of relying on a single, unstable income. That's when I came across this digital business model with no tech skills needed, no guesswork, a plug-and-play system with automation, mentorship, and global community support. Even though I was afraid, I took that first step. Now, 4 years into this business has given me time, peace of mind, and freedom to grow. It even surpassed what I used to earn in my corporate role. Now, what's my secret? I found this online business that truly works for me. With this system, I no longer have to chase people, chase for sales. I no longer running around just to earn a few dollars in profit. Instead, I attract amazing high quality customers, and I no longer have to personally do the selling. I learned the latest, most practical marketing strategies to promote my business. And all the back end and admin work is all taken care for me. This business completely changed the way I viewed online entrepreneurship. I realized it's not just about selling a product, it's about building and running an automated system where I can grow my business by simply sharing my journey and developing my personal brand. It solved so many of my previous struggles and gave me everything I was looking for. It's perfect for someone like me who loves a more relaxed, laid-back lifestyle.
Who doesn't enjoy a more relaxed, laid-back lifestyle, hey? So I'll tell you a little bit about myself. So my name's Nicole, and about 5 years ago, I was working full-time, doing an executive role at a university, and I was still living paycheck to paycheck. And then my son became suddenly unwell, and my life was turned upside down. My son was in constant pain all over his body, and I've since found out that all his pain receptors turned on and they never turned off. Ever. They're still on now. I didn't know what to do at that time. As a sole parent, I was torn between going to work and earning money and going to medical appointments. And then when the doctors still wanted him to try and go to school, so I was still trying to get him to go to school for an hour or two, and it was really a lot. And I knew that I wanted more, and I knew that I needed to be with my son, and I needed time. I needed flexibility, and I really needed more to my life. And it wasn't just for me, and it wasn't just for my son, but it was for both of us and our future. So I let go of my university job and I looked after my son. And that's when I came across this digital business. And honestly, it's changed everything. I started my digital business to fit around my life and not the other way around. So I could work from home, or I could work from a hospital, or from the beach, wherever and whenever and on my terms. Fast forward to now, and I've been able to be there for my son. And we've actually moved to the beach, which I'm very happy about. And I get to travel around the world with my laptop and my phone. And I'm even off to Singapore and the UK and Italy later this year. And it's actually something that I didn't think would be possible at all, but it's made possible because of this business. So I also found out that many people are out there spending huge amounts of money just to get started and when they start a business. So people are out there and they pay for things like a CRM system, their sales funnel, tech experts to build everything for them. Some even spend hundreds and thousands of dollars just trying to find the right product to sell online. And probably the most relatable story for all of you, and one that I've experienced myself, is that after spending money on course after course without ever seeing any real income from it. But there's some really good news. With this business model, you don't have to carry those setup costs. All the back-end system and the infrastructure and the automation and the tools are already built, and it's just waiting for you to start and get plugged into them. That's what makes this model so powerful. You get to focus on growing your business, not building it from scratch or dealing with the tech headaches.
Exactly. Just the hardware and tools we talk about here, like ClickFunnels, Infusionsoft, ClickMagick, and EasyWebinar, would cost over 20,000 USD if you tried to set them up on your own. And the best part, you don't have to worry about who is on the internet giving the right advice. Here, all the training you need to generate real income is available in one complete, easy to follow system.
And one of the things that I love most about this business is the incredible support and mentorship. We get to learn directly from multi-million-dollar earners, coaches, and leaders. And with that kind of guidance, it's truly priceless. So you've probably heard that saying, your income will reflect the 5 people you spend the most time with. Well, when you surround yourself with successful mentors, it's becoming easier to follow in their steps and create success for yourself. And of course, you can't forget the profit potential. Not only are we earning income from all around the world, but we're also making high ticket sales, with some transactions reaching $5,000 or more. That's a level of success that even many influencers don't achieve. It's that powerful reminder of just how real and how big this opportunity here is.
One last thing I haven't mentioned yet is the sales funnel system that automates the sales for us, so we don't have to sell. Also, the fact that there is no inventory to manage. That means no more trips to the post office dealing with clothing sizes or colors. For every business owner, this is truly a dream come true. Can you imagine how amazing that is? Many people start online business but end up tied down to a place, just like a traditional job. But the true essence of online entrepreneurship is freedom. We can be digital nomads. I can work from a cafe for just 10 minutes to process order or make good use of my time during a layover at the airport to get some tasks done. No more being tied down by location or strict schedules. That's the real freedom this business offers.
So after everything that you've heard so far, you still might be wondering, what exactly are we selling? And more importantly, what opportunity is here for you? This is the time that I ask you, can we show you how this system works and give you just one sales pitch to help you achieve your dream? If that sounds okay with you, please type yes in the chat. Yay, I got a yes. Okay, continue. Awesome. So thanks so much for that. And I love the yeses, because that actually shows me that you're ready to take charge of your life and go to the next level.
Now here, what we offer is a complete online business system and resources. And that is important, we are not asking you to invest hundreds of thousands of dollars right away. We are not here to sell you any products today. What we are offering today is an opportunity to explore joining this online business system. Why? Because this system is designed for anyone who wants to change their life through entrepreneurship, even if you have no prior experience. When you join or start any business, the very first step is to work with the expert in companies or the field you want to be in. Let them help you understand everything, like the company culture and value, the terms and conditions of joining, costs and expected profits, the market analysis and targeted customers, the supply chain management, the break-even period, the risk assessment, the financial readiness, the entrepreneur experience and determination, the support and assistance, and if your personal goal is a good fit and more. Only after you take the time to fully understand all these aspects should you officially start your business. Entrepreneurship is not just about throwing money at a store, hiring employees, and expecting business to magically appear.
So what we're offering is a $149 business consultation package. It's not a product or a sales pitch, and it comes with a 30-day zero risk refund policy. Why? Because we want you to support those. We want to be here for those that are truly ready to change, those willing to put in that effort, invest the time, and learn and understand, and who are genuinely want to build a passive income online and succeed. Our time is limited, so we focus on helping friends who are serious and interested and ready to take real action for their business. Action is the first step to success. So there's a saying, you pay and you pay attention, meaning when you invest financially, you're more committed and focused. So that is actually why there is the $149 package. So what's included in that? It's simple. You get access to video training, and that breaks everything down for you. And so that talks about the business model, our partnership companies, startup costs, profit forecasts, and any risk assessments. You also get support from mentors and coaches, so real people who you can message at any time with questions. And you also get the ability to cancel and receive a full refund within 30 days, just as long as you haven't used that one-on-one coaching session. So why is that exception? So because the coaches are our $1 million entrepreneurs and their time is incredibly valuable, and they may have already spent 2 or 3 hours helping you to get into this one-on-one session, the $149 is then non-refundable. But here's the best part. The $149 is a one-time payment, so you pay that for life. It's credited towards building your website, sales funnels, automation systems, and unlocking the training worth over $30,000. And you get that included with this ongoing membership.
Now, in the past, I've taken courses where they promise ongoing support, only to find out that I had to pay extra fees after a month for continuing coaching. Here's the difference. I've been running this business for over 4 years, and my mentor and coaches are still supporting me without charging me any additional fee. And it's truly heartwarming. Many people attended seminars and immediately get pitched on courses or training programs that even the seller doesn't fully understand themselves. They end up wasting a lot of money chasing the wrong things and still can't find what they really need. That's why our system is designed so that you can fully understand this business with a small investment, just $149. That's about the cost of a family meal today. You get a completely risk-free way to explore the whole business in detail. You'll receive an email and package right away after you join the 149 in your email. Take action now, while we can assist you for any technical issues that comes up. We believe all of us deserve the life we envision, and the era of internet is ready to serve. Take action now. We are worth much more than just $100 meal.
So I'd just like to congratulate everyone. What truly moves me most about this business is how many friends are willing to step out of their comfort zones and courageously pursue their dreams. Congratulations to everyone who's already taken action. Today, we've invited several business partners, ordinary people like you and me, to share their entrepreneurial journey and their personal experiences. Earlier, we talked about some amazing success stories with some really impressive numbers. And maybe you're thinking, that's inspiring, but I'm not there yet. What's it about for someone like me? I'd just like you to remember every success story you've heard started with a single step. And today, you've taken yours. So now let's welcome our first guest to the stage. I'd like to welcome Leanne Hurren.
Hello, everybody. Thank you, Nicole. I was just answering a comment in the chat. Wow, welcome everybody. 6 years ago, I was just like you, and I came along to an amazing webinar just like this. I had seen an ad on Facebook, and at the time, I was a busy mom, a very, very busy mom of a little girl with a brain injury, foster mom. My background was in pediatric cardiac nursing, and my husband works at the Westmead Children's Hospital in the emergency department as a registered nurse as well. So we were nurses, and I actually retired from nursing to be a full-time foster mum. Just when my other 3 children were getting older, I was looking at empty nesting. I was in the Parramatta Lions Club. I was the president of the Lions Club, and we were doing mission work. We were music directors at church, and life was happening and buzzing for us. And then we met this most incredible little person who we thought we knew what we were getting into when we said, yes, we would welcome her into our home. And oh my goodness, were we wrong? So what happened to us was that, life was turned upside down, and we were feet first into the world of disability and providing everything we could to make her life have a quality that was taken away from her. Now, this business came into my life at a time when I was really worried about her. I was worried about her future. I was thinking, my older children, they had the ability to be able to start a business for themselves. They could get their own profession. But what would happen to my foster daughter if something was to happen to us? And I stumbled across an ad from a lady in Canada. She was at the park at the time, and she was talking about a business that she could run around the background, around her busy life with her children. So when her children were sleeping, when they didn't need her, she was able to run a successful business online. Now, she was a busy person. She was a busy mom. And I thought, well, I'm a busy mom. And really, the only time I had available was in those waiting periods. Now, Nicole touched on being able to do the business while she's in the hospital. And I found that the only time I really had was my scrolling while I was waiting for doctor's appointments, therapy appointments. And I thought, well, I could do that. I could just replace that time to start a business so that I could build it up for her. By the time she was 18, her support workers could take it over. And so that was my big plan. Now, 6 years later, here I am. And I just want to say, look, I haven't had that one of those Karen moments, the Karen paydays of $50,000 in one day. However, I can tell you that just recently I was able to break away with my husband, have my children looked after, and my business paid for our accommodation in Ballina, northern New South Wales, for a few nights. And not only did we have money left over for after paying the accommodation, but we were also able to go whale watching and to do those little extra things that we wouldn't usually be able to do. I've also in the past been able to pay for my daughter's accommodation when we went away for the Hunter for her wedding. And also I was able to go to Canada, fully pay for the trip in Canada for, I think it was 3 weeks that we went over, meet up with our coaches. We met up with a great group of people from Singapore, and Janice wasn't there that time, but Janice we'll have to make that another time. And look, it was just an absolutely amazing experience, all because I decided to do something different in my life back then. And I think that's what someone actually said at the webinar. The original webinar that I saw was, if you don't do something different today, you are going to live the same life tomorrow. And I thought, well, I can make time for this to happen. And I'm so glad I did, because I started this business for my daughter, but this business actually taught me how to dream again and has given so much back to me. And I'm really grateful for the experience. And I just want to say that there is so much more to this business that is not just about the money. And so you're in great hands. This is an exciting time of your own business journey. And back over to you, Nicole. Thank you for having me tonight.
You're more than welcome.
Thank you, Leanne, for your sharing. Leanne, she's a very amazing lady with a very big heart. You know, I didn't get the chance to meet her in person, where my mentor actually met her in Canada, and I was full of envy, how much they enjoy themselves physically meeting each other. Okay, so next I'm going to invite this lady. She's an amazing mother because she's an amazing mother of 4. And she's from Singapore. Okay, I myself with 2 kids, I can't handle them, and she has to handle 4 kids, right? Let's hear her sharing. Josephine.
Thank you, Lian, for your sharing. Hi, everyone. I'm Josephine here, a full-time working mom of 4 living in Singapore. So by professions, I work as a payroll, and I have been in the field for about 10 years. So I would say this role comes with never-ending deadlines, late nights, and constant pressure. So in the beginning, I found it fulfilling, especially when I hit my performance goal. But as the years went by, something inside me started to shift. So I began to feel tired, not just physically, but emotionally too. So the cycle was repetitive, and I realized I was missing out on precious moments with my kids, especially my 2 eldest ones. So I started to explore other options, hoping to find ones that could offer me more flexibility and time freedom. So I attended workshops on e-commerce and ebook creations. Well, the guidance during the workshop was great. The real challenge actually came after. So I had to handle everything on my own, from product sourcing, marketing, and logistics. Yeah, so it felt like another full-time job in the end, and neither path worked out for me. But I didn't give up looking for a new opportunity. And at that time, the pandemic hit, and also unfortunately, I was made redundant for my full-time role. And after all the efforts and years I give to the company, it was still not enough. So I realized then, in any job, you're just a piece of chessboard. When you're no longer needed, you can be easily replaced. So that painful moment was one of my wake-up call for me, as I feel that there's no longer such thing as a golden rice bowl. That's when I knew I had to build my own safety net, a side hustle I could rely on, and even in uncertain times. So a few months later, I came across on online opportunity while scrolling through Facebook. It felt too good to be true, but it spoke to everything that I have been looking for. I reached out in my research and decided to give it a try. And this time, I knew what I needed, and I made a more informed choice. So fast forward to today, I'm still here, growing, learning, and building my digital business with an incredible support team and global community. So the online training was something that I love most, as it fits my busy schedule as a mom of 4. Yeah, it allows me to work on the training at my own pace and always up to date without having to pay extra to learn. So I encourage everyone, especially moms like me, who are looking for fulfillments in life and yet not sacrificing any time with your loved ones, to take the leap of faith to see what this digital business could offer. Because I know exactly how it feels to be tired, to want more, but and to fear starting over, right? So I didn't regret it, and I'm sure you won't. So thank you for hearing my stories, and back to you, Nicole.
Thank you so much, Josephine. Mother of 4 and like not finding fulfillment in the work that you're doing. I mean, it's so good that you've come across this business and you've found that now. Thanks so much for sharing your story with us. So now we want to hear from another wonderful woman from Singapore as well. This is a mother of 3. I would like to welcome Delphine.
Hi, thank you everybody. Yes, I'm a mom of 3. Okay, and it's really also not so easy. So I'm from the beautiful little red dot, Singapore as well. So I have an awesome tree at home. And I'm someone who actually spent over 20 years in the financial industry. So in the financial industry, usually the days are pretty long. So my days are really packed, from morning after sending the kids to school and then all the way to nighttime. So work will start as early as 8 a.m. I think that's pretty common for in Singapore. And often it stretched till past 9, which is not very common in Singapore. Okay, especially during the peak period. Yeah, so financial industry is almost peak in every month. So by the time I get home, I have to juggle with the homework with the kids, their bedtime routines. And also I have to try to be present as a mom as well because they are still my kids. Yeah. And I always thought, this must be what life is supposed to be because in Singapore it seems pretty common, busy and stressful and no time for myself at all. Yeah. So this is something that happened and it shifted during the 2020 pandemic. I think this is something very meaningful and very memorable for every one of us. We are all working from home. Then our children start home-based learning. They are all studying beside me as well as I'm working back home. So I was clocking actually longer hours than before. So not ending at 9, but definitely later. Then I realized that I'm so consumed by my work because I'm missing out on my children's growing milestone. They are like, 6, 7, and then 9 and 10. So, and then I realized that my life was totally taken over by my work. I think that's pretty common for people in Singapore. They think that it's actually very normal, but they never try to find a way out. So for me, I did it differently. I decided to search for a change. Okay. So I prayed for something that could actually allow me to earn an income, but actually gave me the freedom to be truly there for my family as well. And guess what? God answered me. So one day, while scrolling on the social media, I came across a stay-at-home mom sharing about her digital business. And I joined a webinar similar to this one. I explored the opportunity, and within 2 weeks, I officially launched my own. Okay, so Backface today this year is actually 5 years into the journey when I started this. And I can tell you this digital business has really blessed us in many, many ways that I can never ever imagine ever since then. Yeah, the time flexibility, the location freedom, and most importantly, with 3 kids, 5 of us in the household, financially, it's so much a burden. Okay, the extra income that help me to actually pay for the tuition fee, manage the household income, the household expenses, and then I can still actually fund that little treats, for the kids, McDonald's sometimes, and the vacation that they always long for. Kids like to take airplane, so all this feels so out of reach, before that. But that's why we are not just surviving. Right now, actually, we are living very intentionally. I get to say more yes to my children. I get to say yes to attending their school event. I get to even be present during the holidays and simply just being there when they needed me, all thanks to this digital business. So it's not just physically, but emotionally. When kids grow up, they change as they go into the teens and they get very emotional. So I am there to actually hear out to them, be with them, go through that phases of life. So all these are actually very, very priceless to me. I would say so for all the parents here, if you have kids, So now, with this income, we no longer need to count coins anymore as we travel. Last time when we used to travel, we used to take out one pocket of money and then we'll see, okay, how much is this cake? Let's see how much we can spend. So things happen in that way at that time because the income is not able to grow as fast as the cost inflation. Yeah, so those are the moments that we have to choose, the cheapest flight with the bad timing. Cheap flight always come with a very bad timing, like midnight, then hoping the flight don't cancel, don't delay. Yeah, or hotels that are, very far away from the main road where it's quite dark and all this. So all these are no longer happening right now. So today we actually book safer flight, more reliable airlines. We choose the hotel that are safer, more kids friendly, and we say more yes to all this nowadays. Yeah, so all thanks to this business, but it isn't just about money. it's also about the freedom. The freedom I can actually just take off, book a flight and then off I go. So this weekend I'm going somewhere else again. So suddenly we just book a flight and then I decided to, okay, let's go for a 3-day, 2-night trip. Yeah, so this is the kind of freedom that I have always been wanting to have, not locked down by how much I have left in my bank account. So the income that actually provided me for a family of 5 is really very, very important. So right now, my life has become so vibrant, so fulfilling. It all started with that decision that I made 5 years ago, to explore something that is very different. So if you're feeling stuck like me last time, overwhelmed or just curious, connect with the person who actually brought you here, okay? So because this might be the next chapter that is good for you. And you could actually be the same as what we are doing right now. So I hope to see you in the business as well. Back to you.
Thank you, Delphine. I can resonate that, frustration when you are broke and the kids coming to you and they say, "Why want to buy again? Why want to spend money again? What you need again?" That is like, okay, I feel bad after because I can't fulfill. But when, that was when I was really in a single income on a month-to-month paycheck. But with the business right now, you want to go where? Come, let's go. The difference was like so huge, and when you have a happy kid, you get a happy parent, right? Okay, so our final panelist that is coming out, she has a status in our business, and we always call her GM, not because she's a general manager, but she's a grandmother. So Doreen is also from Singapore. Let's welcome Doreen. Hear her sharing.
Thank you, Janice. Thank you, host Janice and Nico, for a good introduction of our business. Thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm Doreen from Singapore. Okay, I'm a GM, grandmother, all right? I'm proud to be a grandmother, all right? And actually, I'm a mother of 3 grown kids. They're already grown up. And I'm also a grandma to 2 adorable grandchildren. Sending my kids to university, counting the years, it can be very tough. And I wonder all the mummies with the 4 kids and the 3 kids, how they handle. It can be challenging, but all of us can make it. And the thing is that for nearly 2 decades, right, I work in a finance industry, work in a bank. And the thing is that working in a bank is always working late, as what Josephine has shared, that for finance, you work late and I have to work month end and quarter end closing. That is the worst part of it. And I couldn't enjoy the quality time with my children. And the thing is that she mentioned, Josephine mentioned that it's no more an iron rice bowl, all right, banking. This is always what I felt. Working in a bank is always so secure, but once you are made redundant, that's it, you have to go. And later, I spent about 30 years helping to run my family's traditional business. But a few years ago, things changed. Why? In 2020, during the worldwide crisis, our family business started to struggle. I was scared and unsure what to do. At my age, being a grandma over 60 years and above, it's not easy to start all over again. I believe all of you agree with me, right? But I had to find a way to support my family. Bills were stacking up, piled up, and I lost sleep, sleep worrying about how to keep up with everything, how to keep on going. And the worst is that how to pay the salary and how to pay the supplier, renter, and etc. In fact, I was a bit worried. And as a mom and as a business owner and also a grandma, I felt a lot of pressure. I saw my kids, my grown-up kids, working long hours in finance, tired and stressed up. It just broke my heart being a mother, honestly. I just wanted to help them, but I couldn't. I do not know what to do. Even I can see sometimes on a Sunday, they have to bring work home to do. The only help I can do is when they call me, Mom, can you help me fetching the kids out because I have to work? That is the only time I can help them. So I'm very happy to offer my help to that time with them. Now, during those sleepless nights, I often played games on my phone to relax. So one night, how I get to know this business. So one night, something popped up in the ad for a digital business opportunity. And I was so excited with my phone and was playing with the game. And this ad keep on coming, and I sweep away. Then again, I said, hey, there's something on this ad. Okay, let me take a look. Then at first I thought it was probably a scam. I was quite worried and scared. So my daughter-in-law, even at that time, even warned me, Mom, be careful. There's a lot of scam out there, But something told me, I need to give it a try. So I took a leap of faith and paid the $149 to get started. If I use this finger to sweep it away and ignore it, I won't have this opportunity to look into this digital business. So this is what I do. Let's say if your daughter-in-law or whoever tell you, say, wow, you better don't do it. But we will listen because they meant well. But I tell myself, they have not seen the webinar, but I did. So I shouldn't miss this opportunity. So I took the leap of faith to look into it and pick $149. Now looking back, that was a turning point for me. You are never too old to set another goal or dream for a new dream for yourself. Even at my age, even being not tech savvy, without much computer experience, I found that this opportunity came in very handy with the step-by-step training, as what our host has mentioned, all the tools and the support, even from a friendly global community where I have met all these mentors and coaches. I do not know them. They are all strangers to me, but now we are dear friends. Like Janice, I do not know her, but just happened that my business, my traditional business, and her parents' business, that link. Just happened that I was in the accounts. I know about the name. So I asked my husband, hey, is that our customer? He said, yeah. Then from there, I get to know her in depth. And also like people like Delphine, all this, I don't know them. But again, with this community, brought this bonding together. And we are just so close with each other. I really appreciate that. I learned everything I needed along the way. And now, 3.5 years later, in fact, already coming to another 4 years, 3.5 years more, already 3.5 years. I'm so thankful for the freedom and the flexibility this digital business has given me. I have no regret. The only regret is, why didn't I know this business earlier? The best part, I get to work from anywhere, set my own hour, and there for my family. The people in this business truly care and help each other out. And thanks to the automation, a lot of things are made much simpler. And I remember when I was in the traditional business, I spent every month $4,000 to pay the SEO to get my product, my advertisement up. Imagine 1 year, I spent about $48,000 and more. So that is too much. And if you are looking for more flexibility, or if you want to try something, I encourage you, don't be afraid to take your first step. I'm not tech savvy. I was so scared, but because of this technology that I learned, and with the community people who guide me along, I managed to. And I encourage you, don't be afraid, take the first step. Great things never come from where? From the comfort zone. Great things never come from comfort zone. So if a grandma like me can do it, so can you. Now, if my story speaks to you, now reach out to the person who brought you here and ask for more information. That this 149 changed my life, and it can change yours too. Now, thank you so much for listening. The only way to do great things is to love what you do, right? It's never too late to start over. If you were not happy with yesterday, try something different today, okay? My digital journey from family business to new beginning. This is what I love. So thank you for listening. Back to you, lovely host. Thank you.
Thank you so much, GM. I just love it. I love the fact that, you never stop doing things. And when you were talking about your adult children and them like struggling, like I could hear it in your voice, and just to know that you found this system that has changed your life is brilliant. So now I just want to thank everyone for spending so much time with us tonight. And I don't want you to miss out. So if you are interested, even just to have a look, try this zero risk opportunity. It's $149 US. As we said before, the cost of a nice family meal out. But I want you to think, but what if this opportunity could lead to a better future? So I'm going to leave that with you.
Now, the 149 link, we have actually put up the link on the comment chat for you in case the QR code wasn't working well. So you can actually get through with the link that's attached on the chat. Okay. And I believe everyone listening has a vision for the life they want. I believe in being brave enough to take that first step for themselves. I love something a friend once said. What we fear most isn't scam, but missing out on a great opportunity that's right in front of him. We call ourselves like the dream team, and we sound cheesy, I know, but we can't find a better word to describe us. This business has been operating for 9 years and has helped thousands of people to start their own success and prosperous ventures. We hope the next success stories will be you. Of course, we don't accept everyone. Like we said at the start, we welcome those who are highly motivated, take action, and independently decide to pursue their ideal life. So if you like to apply for the 149 Zero Risk business consultation, please reach out to the mentor who invited you to this session. They will guide you through the next step. And tonight, we're wishing you happiness, abundance, joy on your journey to fulfilling your dreams. Good night, and we'll be waiting for you on the other side. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, and good
Thanks,
night.
everyone.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.